G'day legends. One of the biggest reasons some water photographers get consistently sharp images and others keep struggling isn't better gear or better locations, it's understanding why a technique works instead of just copying what someone else does. Lens port prep is a perfect example of this because if you only learn the surface level trick without understanding the reasoning behind it, you can actually make your images worse while thinking you're doing the right thing. And I recently saw a perfect example of this. One of my course members actually sent me a YouTube video from a newer water photographer sharing how he keeps his lens ports clear. And first up, I love that. Sharing knowledge at any level is how we all improve. I learned heaps through teaching as well, but the advice he gave was a bit scrambled and I hate to see people making things harder than they need to. He suggested waxing a flat port, which is one of the methods that I actually use, so that's a good start. Then he mentioned using grease from around the nose or the ears. Not my thing personally, but I understand the logic. Both of those ideas point towards what is called the dry port method for flat ports. But then, right before swimming out, he spat on the port, and that's where everything falls apart. Because here's the part that most people never explain properly. Waxing a port is designed to make the water sheet off. The goal is to keep the port effectively dry. Spitting on the port does the opposite. The wet port method is where you want a thin, even layer of water to cling to the surface. So when you combine them, they fight each other. The port becomes unpredictable and you end up with inconsistent results and soft images most of the time. So once you understand this, and you understand why, it becomes obvious why that combo doesn't work. Dry port methods are for flat ports, wet port methods are for dome ports. But it's not just rub wax on it or spit on it. That's where people go wrong. There's actually a 6-step process that I use for each method, and if you skip steps or rush it, you won't get reliable results. I've made a free 10-minute mini workshop that walks through both methods step by step. You can grab it in the links below in the description. So if clear flat ports are something, or either ports are something you struggle with, that video will help you save a heap of frustration. But here's the other part people don't want to hear. Even when you know the method, it still takes practice and patience to get it right, especially for the wax port method. I get messages all the time from photographers saying they've tried the wax and it only worked for 10 minutes or they couldn't get it working at all. Almost every time, either they skip steps or they gave up too early. You wouldn't expect to surf perfect pipeline barrel the first time you paddled out, even if Kelly Slater explained exactly how to do it. Skill comes from repetition. Inside my full-length water photographer program, this is the sort of thing we work through together. You get the feedback, the support, and the real-world troubleshooting so you don't stay stuck. Now, here's something important about image quality. When the wax method doesn't work for someone, they often go back to spitting on the flat ports. And yes, that can seem like it works, but you're now shooting through a layer of water. That layer of water is like putting a cheap filter in front of an expensive lens. Actually, it's much worse. Your water images should be just as sharp and as clean as your land images with the same lens. If they're not, something in your process is holding you back. I've got a member of the course actually who followed everything I taught except for the wax port method. He was an amazing waterman, had a great eye, his photos looked good online, but when you viewed them properly, they were always just slightly soft. Eventually, he tried the wax method, and for the next 3 months, he kept on calling me saying, "Tommy, why didn't I do this earlier?" His images stepped up massively just from the understanding and committing to the right process. Sometimes we settle for good enough, but when you're swimming hard, using expensive gear and chasing fleeting moments, second best shouldn't be the goal. This is why understanding why you're doing something matters more than copying a tip. Learn the right method, accept that it takes practice. Don't give up when it doesn't work the first few times. The free mini workshop below will show you exactly how to get both ports locked in. And if you want ongoing support, feedback, and a community of water photographers all improving together, you can check out the full-length water photography program as well. Inside that program, I am also experimenting with new dry port techniques The beauty of this community is I can test ideas across different oceans and conditions around the world. And once we know something truly works, I can confidently share it more widely. But it all starts with understanding fundamentals, getting technique right, practicing it and sticking with it, and your photography will go from strength to strength. Thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you in the next video.